Are you gonna repeat that on the record?
Your mum gay.
Instant demonetized. Nice.
How did you find
I
out?
forgot about that one.
Yeah, I need. Where's my?
Now I have to find the...
Absolute fucking masterpiece.
Oh, that I wasn't sure what you were talking about. It took me a moment. I was like, I forgot about that one, and then you're drinking like, huh? Did the Bible confuse you?
It always does.
Yeah.
There's turned on dark mode.
That's
Blasphemy.
documents.
You're a little late on that.
There's a little late on what?
Actually, a picture of Isaiah himself.
Being flashbanged by a fucking document.
I mean, you could turn on dark mode or something if you care.
Did you ever see the movie Megamind
No.
with the big blue guy?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Literally,
No
that's the guy.
bitches?
True.
Is that the no bitches meme?
The no
like
bitches meme, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
Look at
Not
your
the
boy
movie.
Danny and Cultivated.
Yep, we Sunday sermon is now going
In session. Or something.
in session for a concession. Okay, so first of all, correct.
No.
So, Teras, what are you doing?
Yes.
No, how is this a new? Why are you like this? It should be on a new page. It's a new chapter. What are you doing?
I'm fixing it.
Okay.
Well, that's how it always was. So fuck you.
Maybe I will, but not right now.
So
First of all, this is a new chapter, Teras.
That'd be. I got Bailey's in that paper cup.
I'm sure the next chapter will be amazing.
So why is the heading not center?
It's a design choice. I'm branching out, you know.
Ah, I see. So you got fired because you're terrible at designing. Got it.
No, it's contemporary. You have to frame it in your mind and envision it. You know, it's like an art piece.
No, I don't get paid enough for that. Where's Nago? Good question. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him. Would you like to do the honors of starting, or shall I do this?
Have fun.
One second. Let me just. Here you go.
Okay, I'm already having 1% more fun. The prophecy of Isaiah. Isaiah 1. The vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah.
Man's just saying words that mean nothing.
That's not even a sentence. What the? The vision of Isaiah, which he saw concerning some people. That's the sentence. That is the gist of the sentence.
What?
So,
tell me I'm wrong on this. Tell me
I haven't had enough alcohol to not care and enough time to completely lose the plot. So as a first sentence, I'm trying to at least pretend to understand, and currently that's not happening.
You know what? I'm mildly upset at this. I'm mildly annoyed, dare I say.
You know what? What are you drinking that's neon green?
It's orange juice and
it's
whatever.
Neon green.
Shut the fuck up! I'm not done talking. Whatever the stuff is called that I keep forgetting the translation of, because my brain.
How do you make orange juice green?
Shut up and hold on to your nut. Woodruff, I guess. Yeah.
Fucking what?
Woodruff liquor and orange juice.
What the fuck is that? And why the fuck? What is in it that makes it so incredibly neon green?
At what point? Jesus. Okay. Thanks for the stream, guys. It was nice.
Anyone
next time.
can't even just have a nice, peaceful Bible session on a Sunday without Teras just being a bitch.
But your drink is fucking neon green. How much of that did you add to make it your drink neon green? I'm sorry, but anything you add orange juice to becomes orange.
No.
It's just off-brand Jägermeister.
No. It says
Close enough.
Weinmeister, but anyways.
Oh, fair enough.
What actually
like
is it?
a quarter, maybe? It is very potent green.
What actually is it? Like, not the name. What physically? What is it?
As I said, apparently the translation is Woodruff. So Woodruff liquor.
Yeah. That's meaningless.
It's sweet. That's all you need to know.
Well, yeah, most fucking liqueurs tend to be.
Yeah, get fucked.
My fucking, Irish cream liqueur Bailey's is, funnily enough, also sweet.
Yeah. There you go. That's all you need to know. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it because it's neon green.
You're gonna have to
Apparently
worry
it's a German
once
thing.
it starts being neon white.
Cheers.
I'm not accepting this.
I mean, let me know when you're visiting. I'll let you taste.
What, the green or the white?
Sure, yes. Yes, our sleeper agent has activated. I knew it. Okay. Let's just do this properly. The prophecy of Messiah.
Can we highlight that first sentence as just for future reference as complete nonsense?
No, you can just add a comment to it if you want. I'm not gonna stop
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
do it.
You can do that.
I think the first sentence is just a headline.
You're the comment man.
No, there's also comments from you already. Time to earn your pay.
You hate me.
Prophecy of Isaiah. Isaiah 1. The vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Listen, O heavens, and pay attention, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nurtured and raised children, but they have spurned me. A cox knows his owner, and a donkey knows the manager of his lard. But Glasgow has not known me, and my people have not understood. Woeful to a sinful nation, a people burdened by iniquity, a wicked offspring, accursed children. They have abandoned the Lord. They have blasphemed the Holy One of Glasgow. They have been taken away backward. What? just being dragged out of the room, kicking and screaming? What?
Oh.
For what reasons shall I continue to strike you, as you increase transgressions? The entire head is feeble, and the entire heart is grieving. From the sole of the foot even to the top of the head, there is no soundness within. Wounds and bruises and swelling sores. These are not bandaged, nor treated with medicine, nor soothed with oil. Your land is desolate. Your cities have been set ablaze. Foreigners devour your countryside in your sight, and it will become desolate as if devastated by enemies. And the daughter of Zion will be left behind, like an arbor in a vineyard, and like a shelter in a cucumber field, and like a city being laid to waste.
Cucumber field.
Don't worry about it. If the Lord of hosts had not bequeathed us offspring, we would have been like Sodomy, and we would have been comparable to Gomorrah. What? I'm confused.
Why is Gomorrah?
How is Gomorrah? Listen to the word of the Lord, you leaders of the people of Sodomy. Listen closely to the law of our skyters, O people of Gomorrah. The multitude of your sacrifices, what is that to me, says the Lord? I am full. I do not desire holocausts of rams, nor the fat of fatlings, nor the blood of calves and of lambs and of he-goats. He-goats, not to be confused with goats.
Fatlings.
Why the fuck did I not think of that one earlier, actually? When you approach before my sight, who is it that requires these things from your hands so that you would walk in my courts? You should no longer offer sacrifice vain. What? Yes.
Just sacrifice vain.
In-
Not in vain, just
Yeah.
sacrifice vain.
Yeah, just sacrifice your veins, okay? Incest is an abomination to me. The new moons and the Sabbaths and the other Feastonian days I will not receive. Your gatherings are iniquitous. My soul hates your days of proclamation and your solemnities. They have become bothersome to me. I labor to endure them. And so, when you extend your hands, I will avert my eyes from you. And when you multiply your prayers, I will not heed you. For your hands are full of blood. Wash, become clean, take away the evil of your attentions from my eyes. Cease to act perversively. Learn to do good, seek judgment, support the oppressed, judge for the orphan, defend the widow. And then approach and accuse me, says the Lord. Then, if your sins are like scarlet, they shall be made white like snow. And if they are red like vermilion, they shall become white like wool. Because wool is always white, as we all know.
It can very rarely be pink.
If you are willing and you listen to me, then
If you're willing.
then you will eat the good things of the land. But if you are not willing, and you provoke me to anger, then the sword will devour you. For the mouth of the Lord has spoken. How has the faithful city, full of judgment, become a harlot? Just the Gawkers lived in her, but no murderers. Your silver has turned into dross. Your wine has been mixed with water. Your leaders are unfaithful, the associates of thieves. They all love gifts.
Alcohol mentioned.
Valid
It was,
point.
yeah.
At least somebody's paying attention. Sleeper agent just wakes up whenever alcohol is mentioned.
Oh,
They all love gifts. They pursue rewards. They do not judge for orphans, and the widow's case is not brought before them. Because of this, the Lord's guidance of...
I have a suggestion. Have you still got those like voice-based commands for your streams?
The redemptions. Or do you mean actually the voice
No,
trigger
no,
on my... No.
You had some like voice trigger things set
No,
up.
Linux.
You should find a new solution for that. So then, whenever you say the word of any alcohol, it triggers and it's just a recording of Terminatos saying alcohol mentioned.
fucking hell.
That sounds like work. I don't get paid enough for it.
And then just
Yeah,
chain
but-
it because I'm gonna say it in real as
Yeah.
well.
Let me change that.
No.
Will that convince you?
No.
Damn it, he's playing hard
But
to get.
maybe I'll forgo my foreskin if you ask very nicely.
I think the Bible will get to that.
Ooh.
Be-
Probably. I don't know.
Because of this, the large skies of hosts, the strength of Glasgow says, "Ah,
Are you
I will
gonna
be
cut it off
consol-
or just peel it back?
yes. I will
Well,
be
that doesn't
consoled
answer my
over.
question.
I will be consoled over my enemies, and I will be vindicated from my adversaries. And I will turn my hand to you, and I will temper your dross into purity, and I will take away all your tin." Fuck.
Oh, didn't need that anyway.
Took all my tin.
"And I will restore your judges so that they will be as before, and your counselors as in times long past. After this, you shall be called the city of the Justigog, the faithful city. Zion will be redeemed in judgment, and they will lead her
Zion.
back. Justigogis. Nope.
With an eye.
Nope. And
Yes.
And he shall crush the accursed and sinners together, and those who have abandoned the Lord will be consumed. For they shall be confounded because of the idols, to which they have sacrificed. And you shall be ashamed over the gardens that you chose, when you were like an oak with falling leaves, and like a garden without water. And your strength will be like the embers from stubble, and your work will be like a spark, and both will burn together, and there will be no one to extinguish it.
Do you want to see something I own?
Yes.
Is it yourself?
It's a tennis ball sized metal sphere
that? I
That
think
would be amazing inside a snowball at like a school ground.
is that used for a certain type of sports?
Yes.
I'm
Isn't it a
aware.
Quidditch ball?
No, I don't remember what it's exactly called because it's a fancy French name that's difficult to
Ooh.
remember and pronounce. But it's you have a small yellow ball and then you throw these or roll these to
nuts.
see who gets closer.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
called
that one.
Boule.
I just found one and it's fucking hefty. Like this weighs a fucking bit.
So
But
the
it's very fun.
entire paragraph was just like, guys, I had a prophecy, you have no bitches, and now do everything I say.
Welcome to the Bible.
I should have more prophecies, Jesus. Apparently it worked.
Why is the what the fuck happened to the formatting here? Why is
We can't have any more prophecies because prophecy league has ended.
Teras? The
Yes.
fuck happened to the? Oh,
I wouldn't worry about it. It's intentional.
yeah.
I already forgot about the fucking Among Us.
I think the entirety of this chapter might just have scuffed formatting. This is going to be interesting.
No, this is a long one.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I would. I get paid to worry.
It is. I don't think you get paid.
My hands now taste of rust.
Holy shit.
Mine
That's
tastes
a
of
long
Daisy and
chapter.
Minecraft.
Oh, there it is.
Isaiah 2. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And in the last days, the mountain of the house of the Lord will be prepared at the summit of the mountains, and it will be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow to it. And many peoples will go, and they will say, Let us approach and ascend to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the skyters of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law will go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he will judge the nations, and he will rebuke many peoples, and they shall forge their swords into plowshares, and their spears into sickles. Nation will not lift up sword against nation, neither will they continue to train for battle. O house of Jacob, let us approach and walk in the light of the Lord. For you,
But if they're not going to train for battle, how else are they going to get more promised land?
True, I
they
think it
just
was promised.
download more land.
I mean that's how they got it to begin with.
No, they just download more. For you have been cast
dedicated wham.
Dedicated land. For you have been for you have cast aside your people, the house of Jacob, because they have been filled up as in past times, and because they have had soothsayers as the Philistines have, and because they have joined themselves to foreign servants. Their land has been filled with silver and gold, and there is no end to their storehouses. And their land has been filled with horses, and their 4-horse chariots are innumerable. And their land has been filled with idols. They have adored the work of their hands, which their own fingers have made. And man has bowed himself down, and so man has become debased. Therefore,
I'm pretty based as well.
Yeah, can we exchange every debased for based?
I'm fairly certain we can, but you're gonna have to ask our
Teras?
Our terrorists.
Yeah, right.
Like man has become based, just goes hard.
I'm just imagining a man becoming based, and then he immediately goes hard. Just gets a hard on over how based he is.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Therefore, you should not forgive them.
Where's based? What am I looking?
Right before the highlighting.
I'm legally blind. There is.
Enter into the rock and hide in a ditch in the soil from the presence of the fear of the Lord and from the glory of his majesty. Don't forget the management sheet.
Your mum, yeah?
Yeah, what about her?
Her cucumber field is limp.
No. The lofty eyes of man have been humbled, and the haughtiness of man will be bowed down. Then the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts will prevail over all the proud and self-exalted, and over all the arrogant, and each one shall be humbled. And over all the straight and tall cedars of Lebanon, and over all the oaks of Bashan. and over all the lofty mountains, and over all the elevated hills, and over every lofty tower, and over every fortified wall. Do we have a drinking rule for terrible
I think
sentence?
so. In
Something.
case not, you got confused about the rules.
I mean, I'm annoyed, so anyways, I have to drink. Question's just if Teras has to.
No, I'm quite entertained actually.
But there might be a rule that forces you to do it anyways. I'm not sure about it.
Get fucked.
And over all the ships of Tarshish, and over the beauty that may be seen. And the loftiness of men will be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men will be brought low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And idols will be thoroughly crushed, and they will go into the caves of the rocks and into the caverns of the earth, from the presence of the dread of the Lord, and from the glory of his majesty, when he will have risen up to strike the earth. In that day, man shall cast aside his idols of silver and his images of gold, which he had made for himself, as if to reverence the moles and the bats. And so he will go into the clefts of the rocks and into the caverns of stone, from the presence of the dread of the Lord, and from the glory of his majesty, when he will have risen up to strike the earth. Therefore, rest away from man whose breath is in his nostrils, for he considers himself to be exalted.
What does that even mean?
I was gonna ask you. You're supposed to know English?
It just mean when you exhale through your nose, you're kind of as like a
I think I know what this means.
like this the dismissive snort kind of thing.
Rest away from man whose breath is in his nostrils. So stay away from nose breathers. Only mingle with mouth breathers.
Valid.
I think that's what that means.
Oh.
My workplace is full of mouth breathers, so I'm pretty much sorted.
Who is breath is in their nostrils? Who is English in their English?
This kind of stuff makes me wonder how many people read the Bible and actually wonder about what it means, instead of
B
just like,
mentioned? B-movie script? Anyone?
fair enough. I'm sure the B-movie script is great.
Ah, you should try reading it. It's awesome. Can be
I
part.
don't know.
part
Seems
of-
like a stupid movie because, according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that should happen.
There's no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, however, does not care what humans think is impossible and flies anyway. B-movie JS revisions 8.13.07.
Right, how many words is it?
I'm sure Uncultivated can answer that for you. Oh, wait. Is there a... Hold on, I have to... Oh, I'm getting such a excitement in my pants right now.
Oh no, I'm scared. That's never a good sign.
Isaiah 3, 4. Behold! And the
It's been a
sovereign
fucking
Lord
while.
of hosts will take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the powerful and the strong, all the strength from bread and all the strength from water. Holy shit, how long has it been?
It has been a while. I was
am-
so excited to behold.
I am holding a bee right now.
Behold my testicles.
The strong man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the seer and the elder, the leader over 50 and the honorable in
Leader over-
appearance. Why do they have to be over 50 years old?
I
And
think it's just like the one guy that leads more than 50 people and he's such a big deal.
no,
there weren't that many
he's
back
over
then.
50 years old.
Poor guy.
And the counselor and the wise among us builders, and the skillful in mystical speech. I believe our copy has 9,000 to 10,000 words. There you go.
That's not that many words.
Pop it in a doc and check if it wasn't logged into Neon Y. Valid. And I will provide children as their... Wait, what? And I will provide children as their leaders, and the effeminate will rule over them. Oh no! A nation ruled by children and femboys.
Sounds like Skytus' dream.
Pretty sure Portugal already exists.
And the people will rush, man against man, and each one against his neighbor. The child shall
Ooh.
rebel against the elder, and the ignoble against the noble. For a man will apprehend his brother from the household of his own daddy, saying, "The vestment is yours, be our leader, but let this ruin be under your hand." In that day, he will respond by saying, "I am not a healer, and there is no bread or vestment in my house. Do not choose to appoint me as a leader of the people." What the fuck am I reading? I'm confused. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah has fallen because their words and their plans are against the Lord, in order to provoke the eyes of his
quite like
majesty.
the ignoble word. That's quite a nice word.
Noble.
Ignoble.
Ignoble.
I'm gonna remember that one.
The acknowledgement of their countenance is their response, for they have proclaimed their own sin, like sodomy, and they have not concealed it. Woe to their souls! For evils are being repaid to them. Tell the Justagog man that it is well, for he shall eat from the fruit from his own plants. Woe to the impious man immersed in evil, for retribution will be given to him from his own hands. As for my people, their oppressors have despoiled them, and women have ruled over them. My people, who you call blessed, the same are deceiving you and disrupting the path of your steps. The Lord stands for judgment, and he stands to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the elders of his people and with their leaders, for you have been devouring the vineyard, and the plunder from the poor is in your house. Why do you wear down my people and grind up the faces of the poor?
What are you gay?
I don't know. Just felt like it.
Well,
And grind up the faces of the poor, says the Lord, the Skytus of hosts. And the Lord said, is that? Hold on. No, spoke. Oh, it is to a specific person. Damn it. Oh. And the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion have been lifted up and have walked with extended necks and winking eyes, they have continued on, walking noisily and advancing with a pretentious stride.
He just to remind you, he just asked him why he's grinding up the faces of the poors.
brilliant.
Valid reaction.
The Lord will make heads of the daughters of The Lord will make the heads of the daughters of Zion bald, and the Lord will strip them of the locks of their hair. So he's gonna make them bald and then take the locks out of their hair after he's already balded them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Excuse me? In that day, the Lord will take away. Is that still part of what the Lord is saying? I don't fucking know. In that day, the Lord will take away their decorative shoes, and the little moons, and chains, and the necklaces, and bracelets, and the hats, and the ornaments for their hair, and the anklets, and the touches of myrrh, and little bottles of perfumes, and the earrings, and the rings, and the jewels hanging on their foreheads. What? And the continual changes in appearance, and the short skirts, and the fine linens, and embroidered cloths. And the mirrors and scarves and ribbons and their sparse clothing. Okay, so the Lord will just take. Teras.
Yes, boss.
Why do they have jewels hanging on their foreheads?
These foreheads.
Well, I think it's kind of like one of those like tiara things.
Okay, because all I could think of was Diablo 1, where he just takes the soul stone and rams it into his forehead. Yeah, I guess. Why not? We'll take that. And in place of a sweet fragrance, there will be stench. Yeah, and in place of a belt, there will be a robe. And in place of stylish hair, there will be baldness. And in place of a blouse, there will be hair cloth. Likewise, your most handsome man will fall by the sword, and your strong man will fall in battle.
Okay, I'd like to propose a new drinking rule.
Accepted.
Drink whenever boldness is mentioned.
Sure. And her gates will grieve and mourn, and she will sit on the ground, desolate.
It doesn't happen very often. And when it does, it's usually so strange. The context around it is usually so peculiar.
I mean,
they're strangely fixated
one
on the baldness in this one.
What was his name? Samson? The guy who had just power by having hair, and then they shaved his head, and then he just became weak, and yeah. think that might be the only other time where Bolton's wasn't mentioned, or at least implied.
Your boy Samson from Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
As far as I understood the Bible, every chapter is written by like one person. So the Isaiah book is written by one guy, right?
One guy or a few guys, but yeah, all
Fair
of the different books are written by different people.
So since they
Most of them.
apparently are very fixated on hair, I'm sure it will come up again. It's like 8 of the 10 punishments are that they lose their hair.
I'm way ahead on that.
I do not remember why they're being punished.
You know what? I'm gonna let you read the next one.
Nice.
Oh no.
And 7 women will take hold of one man in that day, saying,
Hold on, I'm down.
We will-
Where do I sign up? Go on.
"We will eat our own bread and wear our own clothing. Only let us be called by your name, so as to take away our reproach. In that day the seedling of the land will have magnificence and glory, and the fruit of the earth will be mediocrely esteemed."
Well, somebody has
And
to drink.
Fucking and the source of joy to those who will have been saved out of Glasgow. And this shall be Glasgow is hell, Jesus, okay. And this shall be all who are left behind in Zion and who remain in Jerusalem shall be called holy. All those who have been written in life in Jerusalem. Then the Lord will have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and will have washed away the blood of Jerusalem from its midst, by means of a spirit of judgment and a spirit of intense devotion. And the Lord will create over every place of Mount Zion, and wherever he is called upon, a cloud by day and a smoke with the splendor of burning fire by night. For protection will be over every glory, and there will be a sky to stand for shade from the heat in daytime, and for security and for protection from the whirlwind and from rain. So the guy basically says, like, women are evil, and now 7 women will have to be my concubines to be saved.
The 7 women have to take care of the seedling, whatever the fuck it was. Oh no, those poor men. They're gonna have to. Yeah.
That was a short one.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're free to
mum's a short
do
one.
as many more as you would like.
Teras?
Ini the Beningi.
What?
You want to
Ini
continue
the
reading
Beningi,
chapter
there was
5?
a subscriber.
No.
What
Damn.
Bible?
Let's try anyway. I will sing to my beloved the canticle of my paternal cousin about his vineyard. A vineyard was made for my beloved at the horn of the sun. Jesus, sorry. At the horn in the sun of oil.
What?
Oily.
Who is the son of oil? Oh, did you change sun for sun?
I don't think.
Anyway.
I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty sure that's just unadulterated Bible.
I think this is vanilla Bible, and I'm confused, which mildly annoys me. So.
And he fenced it in, and he picked the stones out of it, and he planted it with the best vines. And he built a tower in the middle of it, and he set up a winepress within it. And he expected it to produce grapes, but it produced wild vines. Now then, inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge between me and my vineyard. What more should I have done for my vineyard that I did not do for it? Should I have expected it to produce grapes, though it produced wild vines? And now I will reveal to you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away its fence, and it will be plundered. I will pull down its wall, and it will be trampled. And I will make it desolate. It will not be pruned, and it will not be dug. And briars and thorns will rise up, and I will command the clouds not to rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts in the house of Glasgow, and the man of Judah is this delightful seedling. And I expected that he would do judgment and behold iniquity, and that he would do just
Behold. We had a behold.
Oh, yeah.
Did I miss a behold?
Forgot to turn off my.
Oh, and behold iniquity, and that he would do just and behold an outcry. Woe to you who will join house to house and who combine field to field, even to the limits of the place. Do you intend to live alone in the midst of the earth? These things are in my ears, says the Lord of hosts. Otherwise, many houses, mediocre and beautiful, will become desolate without an inhabitant. Then 10 acres of vineyard will produce one small bottle of wine,
Alcohol mentioned.
and 30 Adam, and 30 measures of seed will produce 3 measures of grain. Woe to you who rise up in the morning to pursue drunkenness, cheers to us, and to drink even until evening, so as to be inflamed with wine.
Alcohol mentioned.
Harp and lyre and timbrel and pipe, as well as wine.
Alcohol mentioned. This is gonna be an interesting session.
Are you a Feastonians? But you do not respect the work of the Lord, nor do you consider the work of his hands. Because of this, my people have been led away as captives. For they did not have knowledge, and their nobles have passed away from famine, and their multitudes have dried up from thirst. For this reason, hell has expanded its soul and has opened its mouth without any limits. And their strong ones, and their people, and their exalted and glorious ones will descend into it. And men will be bowed down, and men will be humbled.
What,
and
it'll descend into the mouth? What?
Into the mouth of hell, yes.
The limitlessly open mouth?
I wish
Yes.
something descended into my mouth. And the Lord
That
of
could be
hosts
arranged.
will be exalted in judgment, and the holy skytes will be sanctified in justigokis. And the lambs will pasture in proper order, and new arrivals will eat from the deserts, turned into fertile lands.
Yes.
Woe to you who draw. I was thinking like,
Yeah, I know
are
what
they
you were
eating the
thinking.
desserts?
No, it's 2 S's.
Close enough. And who draw sin as if with the rope of a cart, and who say, let him hurry, and let his work arrive soon, so that we may see it, and let his plan of the Holy One of Glasgow approach and arrive, so that we may know it. Woe to you who call evil good and good evil, who substitute darkness for light and light for darkness, who exchange bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to you who are wise in your own eyes and prudent in your own sight. Woe to you who are powerful at drinking wine,
Alcohol mentioned.
who are strong men in contriving inebriation. That counts as... Nah, it doesn't count.
Not alcohol.
For you just justigokify an impious man in exchange for bribes, and you carry away the justigokis of a justigok man from him. Because of this, as the tongues of fire devour stubble, and as the heat of a flame burns it completely, so will the root become like glowing embers, and so will the offshoot ascend like dust. For they have cast aside the law of the Lord of hosts, and they have blasphemed the eloquence of the Holy One of Glasgow.
Aren't you curious
For this
why this is a link?
heat.
Yes.
What could possibly go wrong?
You should click it through
This is Cat Peasant. I know it.
valid. Me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And the heat of a flame burns it completely, so will the root become like glowing embers, and so will the offshoot ascend like dust. For they have cast aside the law of the Lord of hosts, and they have blasphemed the eloquence of the Holy One of Glasgow. For this reason the fury of the Lord has been enraged against his people, and he has extended his hand over them, and he has struck them. And the mountains were disturbed, and their carcasses became like dung in the midst of the street. After all this, his fury
Just cut you out so I don't
was
hear
not
anything.
turned
Even
away.
better.
Instead, his hand was still extended. And he will lift up a sign of nations far away, and he will whistle to them from the ends of the earth. And behold. Behold was one as well, right?
Yes.
Of course, that's like the OG one, I think.
Oh, shizzle.
Okay, it's not quite OG. It's actually... Never mind. But
They will rush forward speedily. There is no one weak or struggling amongst them. They will not become drowsy, and they will not sleep. Neither will belt around their waist. Neither will the belt around their waist be loosened, nor the laces of their boots be broken. Their arrows are sharp, and all their boots are taut. The hoofs of the horses are like flint, and their wheels are like the force of a tempest. Their roaring is like the lion. They will roar like young lions. They will both roar and seize their prey, and they will wrap themselves around it, and there will be no one who can rescue it. And in that day they will make a noise over it like the sound of the sea. We will
Ooh.
gaze out toward the land and behold the darkness of the tribulation, and even the
Behold.
light has been darkened by its gloom.
Damn. That is a fucking loaded book already. Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure if anything happened yet. I think it's just literally the same chapter as the last one,
Yes,
but
nothing
like in different
happened.
words.
You're most correct.
Fair enough.
Isn't that just Bible in a nutshell?
No, we've had some really dry books, both in writing and in alcoholism. But yeah,
Well, at least
I'm gonna have to get a refill already somehow.
fair
which
enough.
I guess is a good thing, maybe.
It has been a day.
What?
I didn't plan to drink that much in the first hour.
Well, that's kind of how it be.
At least the Bible will get more entertaining now.
I mean, why do you think the drink priest, the drink priest so much? Yeah, that one. Because that's the correct order of words. Why do you think that the priest, drink so much? They all just drink wine. I mean, that's why, so they can read out the sermons.
I thought the reason was that water just killed you when you drank it in like 1500s and beer didn't. So they were like, beer has to be very healthy.
Yeah, and also because even priests can't read the Bible.
That's
sober.
fair. I wonder if everyone is just pretending.
I'm definitely pretending. Isaiah 6.
Yeah.
In the year in which King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, sublime and exalted, and the things that were under him filled the temple. The seraphims were standing above the throne.
Whoa. Who has seen the Lord sitting?
Me.
Who the
Which
fuck
guess
is Isaiah?
Isaiah. Whoever the fuck that is. I mean, he hasn't introduced himself.
I think there was a rule about a guy just appearing without being mentioned, wasn't there?
No, there's a rule of somebody being introduced and then dying within a few lines. But
I mean,
Isaiah was mentioned at the very start. Hold on, I will.
Yeah, but his introduction was him dying, so I don't know
No,
if it counts.
in the days of Isaiah, blah blah blah.
Well, he wasn't actually introduced. He just died.
Yeah, this is
The introduction was his death. Does it count?
What is the rule?
No.
Someone dies within 10 lines of being introduced. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't introduced. So, unfortunately, no. I'm sure there's a lot of beholding ahead of us, so
it's fucking right.
The
seraphims were standing above the throne. One had 6 wings. The other... That's it. Hold on. There's I need your attention.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The seraphims were standing above the throne. One had 6 wings, and the other had 6 wings.
Isn't this one of those like no shit Sherlock moments?
I was gonna ask if this counts as no shit Sherlock because yeah.
Jesus, we need to reach a fucking word fucking target on that fucking essay. Like Jesus, man.
What the fuck? With 2, they were covering his face, and with 2, they were covering his feet. And with 2, they were flying.
Ooh.
Whatever the
Feet.
fuck this means, but anyways, I like this.
Feet mentioned.
I don't think that's a rule.
I
I mean, it is for you, clearly. And they were crying out to one another, saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord, Skytus of hosts. All the earth is filled with his glory." And the lintels above the hinges were shaken at the voice of the one crying out, and the house was filled with smoke. And I said, "Woe to me, for I have remained silent, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live in the midst of a people having unclean lips. And I have seen I have seen with my eyes the King, the Lord of hosts." And one of the seraphims flew to me, and in his hand was a burning coal, which he had taken with tongs from the altar. And he touched my mouth, and he said, "Behold, I'm gonna kiss you now." I'm liking this book so far. This is great. Can we have more of these?
He touched my mouth.
And he said, "Behold, this has touched your lips, and so your iniquities will be taken away, and your sin will be cleansed." And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here I am. Send me," like a hurricane. And he said, "Go forth, and you shall say to this people, when you listen, you will hear and not understand, and when you see a vision, you will not comprehend.
Honestly, same.
Blind the heart of this people, make their ears heavy, and close their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and be converted, and then I would heal them." And I said, "For how long, O Lord?" And he said, "Until the cities are desolate without an inhabitant, and the houses are without a man, and the Lord will be left behind deserted. For the Lord will take the men far away, and she who will have been left behind will be multiplied in the midst of the earth. But still, there will be a tilling within her, and she will be converted, and she will be put on display like a terebinth tree, and like an oak which extends its branches. And what will remain standing within her will be a holy offspring."
Honestly, same.
God, where do I sign up to be standing within her?
Why was it relevant that King Uzziah died?
Yes.
No one said it was.
Make
their ears heavy, knees. Oh my God, go away.
Imagine that, like that being
No.
your only legacy, like you're living your whole life, like become a king, and you want to go down in the history books, and the only reference to you anywhere in the world is just you died at some point.
That's
Honestly,
that's like half the people mentioned in the fucking.
I was gonna say that. That's a
early books.
good chunk of the cast. This one's formatted. Isaiah
I'm gonna
7.
format you.
What about who? What?
I'm gonna format you, you little bitch.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna format me an XFAT?
No, I'm gonna format you in TFS.
Fuck you. Well, I mean, I can still install Linux on myself then. It's not gonna run as well, but it would at least work.
Imagine running well. Couldn't be me.
Isaiah 7. And it happened in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, the king of Judah.
Sure.
Okay, close one. That that Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Glasgow, ascended to Jerusalem to battle against it, but they were not able to defeat it. Damn, that's a very quick rundown. And they reported to the house of David, saying, "Syria has withdrawn to Ephraim." And his heart was shaken, with the heart of his people, just as the trees of the forest are moved by the face of the wind. And the Lord said to Isaiah, "Hey,
oh my god,
man.
we got a fucking live one."
The Lord said to someone. That's like one of the first few rules, I believe. And the Lord said to
Nice
Isaiah, go out to meet Ahaz, you and your son, Jashub. Jashub?
Jashub.
Jashub, yeah, let's go with Jashub, why not? Who was left behind, to the end of the aqueduct, at the upper pool, on the road to the fuller's field. And you shall say to him, see to it that you are silent, do not be afraid, and have no dread in your heart over the two tails of these firebrands, nearly extinguished, which are the wrath of the fury of Rezin, king of Syria, and of the son of Remaliah. For Syria has undertaken a plan against you with the evil of Ephraim and the son of Remaliah, saying, let us ascend to Judah, and stir it up, and tear it away for ourselves, and appoint the son of Tabeel as a king in its midst. Thus says the Lord Skytus, this shall not stand, and this shall not be. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And within 65 years from now, Ephraim will cease to be a people. For the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is the son of Remaliah. If you will not believe, you will not continue. And the Lord spoke further to Ahaz, saying,
Does that count?
I was going to ask. I mean, we're in doubt, so... Fuck rule.
I don't like how we just thought of everything.
We're professionals at this point. And the Lord spoke further to Ahaz, saying, ask for a sign for yourself from the Lord your Skytus, from the depths below, even to the heights above. And Ahaz said, I will not ask, for I will not tempt the Lord. And he said, then listen, O house of David. Is it such a small thing for you to trouble men, that you must also trouble my Skytus? For this reason the Lord himself will grant to you a sign. Behold, a virgin will conceive, and she will give birth to a son, and his name will be called Emmanuel. What a cunt.
Poor guy.
Classic.
I imagine that's how traits back then were, like, behold, a virgin. He will eat butter and honey, so that he may know to reject evil and to choose good. But even before...
I got a new personal best in Sudoku. That's what you should know.
Sudoku, cool story, bro. But even before the boy knows to refuse evil and to choose good, the land that you detest will be abandoned by the face of her two kings. The Lord will lead over you, and over your people, and over the house of your daddy, such days as have not occurred since the days of the separation of Ephraim from Judah by the king of the Assyrians. I was really worried we were going to go back to slavery days, but no, I guess we're fine. This shall be in that day. The Lord will call for the fly, which is in the most distant parts of the rivers of Egypt, and for the swarm, which is in the land of Assur. And they will arrive, and they will rest.
Yes, sir, but I hardly know her.
And they will rest in the torrents of the valleys, and in the caverns of the rocks, and in every thicket, and in every opening. In that day, the Lord will shave with a razor the ones hired by those who are across the river, by the king of the Assyrians, from the head to the hairs of the feet, with the entire beard. And this shall be in that day. A man will raise a cow among sirs, oxen, and 2 sheep. And instead of an abundance of milk, he will eat butter. For all who are left behind in the midst of the land will eat butter and honey. And this shall be in that day. Every place where there were 1,000 grapevines worth 1,000 pieces of silver will become thorns and briars. They will enter such places with arrows and bows, for briars and thorns will be throughout the entire land. But as for all the mountains which will be dug with a hoe, the terror of thorns and briars will not approach those places, and there will be pasture land for oxen and a range for cattle.
I've got a guy at work named Briar.
Who the fuck is missing? Briar, but I hardly know her. Would you like to take over or not? Yeah, it's great when we can't hear you. Are you just lip syncing?
Oh yeah, I muted myself to.
Lip syncing. That's doing a fucking TikTok.
Oh wow. And the Lord said to me, "Take up for yourself a large book, and with a man's pen write in it. Take
Hello?
away the
Wait.
spoils."
Hello. Can you please read the first 6 words?
Isaiah 8:1.
No. Okay. The first actual 6 words then.
Wait, didn't I? And the Lord said to me, the Lord said to me, that counts.
Yeah, I guess so.
Go on.
Take up for. I have to fill in some alcohol into my drink as well, I think. Otherwise, this is no fun. Yeah.
Your mum.
You just realize he has no alcohol. It's just pure milk he's been drinking the entire time.
Do not judge my cum chalice.
Well, I wasn't, but I am gonna now.
He saw that MILF and Horny and got himself a MILF and Horny.
And the Lord said to me, "Take up for yourself a large book, and with a man's pen write in it. Take away the
Man's
spoils quickly, plunder swiftly." And I summoned to myself faithful witnesses, Uriah the priest and Zechariah the son of Berechiah.
Do not
I
eat
joined-
while reading the Bible, please.
And I joined with a prophetess, and she conceived and gave birth to a son.
No. That's not how that word is pronounced. It's actually called prophet ass.
I joined with the. To be fair, he probably joined with the prophet as if she immediately conceived a son. And she conceived and gave birth to a son, and the Lord said to me, "Call his name Rush Hour."
Hello,
to
what
take
did the Lord
away-
do? Excuse me, I must have
Oh.
not paid attention.
Ah. Oh, that's actually tasty. Call his name, rush to take away the spoils, hurry to be plundered. For before the boy knows how to call to his daddy and his mother, the strength of Damascus and the spoils of Samaria will be taken away in the sight of the king of the Assyrians. And the Lord spoke to me further, saying,
Cheers.
"Drink. Because this people
I'm
has
sure Carrie's
cast
noticed.
aside the waters of Shiloah, which go forth silently, and has instead chosen resin and the song of Remaliah. For this reason, behold, the Lord will lead over them the waters of a river, strong and plentiful, the king of the Assyrians with all his glory. And he will rise throughout all his streams, and he will overflow all his banks. And he will pass
I have
through
a
Judah.
question. In 8.7, what was the 4th word? I must have misheard.
For this reason, behold, the Lord will lead over the waters of a river, strong and plentiful, the king of the Assyrians without glory, and he will blah, blah. Okay.
Don't
And he
do
will
that.
pass. Okay, sorry. And he will pass through Judah
Inundating.
inundating it.
Judah.
Inundating? No. We're not dating, it's inundating, but sure.
I think it's.
Indian dating.
I think they missed a letter, and it means dating minions.
Onion
Minion
dating.
dating it. And he will cross over and arrive even at its neck, and he will extend his wings, which he has 6 of, filling his breath of your land, O Emmanuel. O people, gather together and be conquered. All distant lands, listen. Be strengthened and be conquered. Girth yourself and be conquered.
Girth yourself.
That's
I'm
not what
I'm
it
sure
says, but
it's-
sure. It's definitely
I'm sure
not
that's
girth
correct.
yourself. No, it's girth, yep.
Undertake a plan, and it will be dissipated. Speak a word, and it will not be done. For Skytis is with us.
Is he though?
Speak a word, and it will not be done. For Skytis is with us. Okay. For the Lord says this to me, and he has instructed this to me with a strong hand.
What did
Lest I
the
go
Lord do?
forth. I think he spoke to me again. Again.
Again and again.
I will
Oh,
miss that
shit.
every single time.
I know.
Lest I go forth in the way of this people, saying, "You should not say it's a conspiracy." For all that would be a fire quote. For all that this people speaks, it's for all that this people speaks is a conspiracy, and you should be frightened or alarmed with their fear. Sanctify the Lord of Hosts himself, let him be your dread, and let him be your fear.
No, incarnation of dread, incarnation of fear. I'm getting flashbacks.
No. And so shall he be sanctification to you, but he will be a stone of offense and a rock of scandal to the two houses of Glasgow, and a snare and a ruin to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and very many of them will stumble and fall. And very many of them will stumble and fall, and they will be broken and entangled and seized. Bind the testimony, seal the law among us, my disciples, and I will wait for the Lord who has concealed his face from the house of Jacob, and I will stand before him. Behold.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs.
I and my
We have
children.
had a lot of this one. I'm almost running
It's
out of beer.
hard.
It's getting worse. And I will wait for the Lord who has concealed his face. I and my children, whom the Lord has given to me as a sign and a portent in Glasgow from the Lord of hosts who live on Mount Zion. And though they say to you, seek from seers and diviners, they who hiss in their incantations should not the people seek from their skytes for the sake of the living and not from the dead. And this is moreover for the sake of the law and the testimony. But if they do not speak accordingly to this word, then he will not have the morning light. And he will pass by it, he will fall and become hungry. And when he is hungry, he will become angry, and he will speak evil against his king and his skytes, and he will lift himself upward. And he will gaze downward to the earth, and behold tribulations and darkness, dissolution and distress, and the pursuing gloom. For he will not be able to fly away from its distress.
That was a
Abel.
behold.
But Abel wasn't able.
He only needed one Snickers. God damn it.
Isaiah 9. In the earlier time, the land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali were lifted up. But in the later time, the way of the sea beyond the Jordan, the Galilee of the Gentiles, was weighed down. People who walked in darkness have seen a mediocre light. A light has risen for the inhabitants of the region of the shadow of death with one F. You have increased the nation, but you have not increased the rejoicing. They will rejoice before you. Like those who rejoice at the harvest, like the victorious exulting after capturing the prey when they divide the spoils. For you have prevailed over the yoke of their burden, and over the rod of their shoulder, and over the scepter of their oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every violent plunder with a tumult, and every garment mixed with blood, will be burned up and will become fuel for the fire. For unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given, and leadership is placed upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty Skytus, Daddy of the Future Age, Prince of Peace. That is one hell of a fucking name. Imagine if your name was Wonderful Counselor, Mighty Skytus, Daddy of the Future Age, Prince of Peace. What the fuck? His reign will be increased.
Does that count? Did he give himself the title?
Prince of Peace is fire.
His name shall be called. So I think Isaiah or Skytus are saying that, but this is not Skytus giving himself the title, so no. But you can always pretend to be annoyed at this.
New title just dropped. Wake up, babe.
His reign will be increased, and there will be no end to his peace. He will sit upon the throne of David, and over his kingdom to confirm and strengthen it in judgment and in judgment and just agocus from now even unto eternity. The zeal of the Lord of hosts shall accomplish this. The Lord sent a word to Jacob, and it fell upon Glasgow. And all the people of Ephraim will know it, and the inhabitants of Samaria will say it in the arrogance and in the haughtiness of their heart. The bricks have fallen, but we will build with squared stones. They have cut down the sycamores, but we will replace them with cedars. And the Lord will raise up the enemies of Rezin over him, and he will turn his adversaries into a tumult. The Syrians from the Estonian and the Philistines from the west. And they will devour Glasgow with their whole mouth. Woo question mark?
That's
After,
a woo.
after all this, his fury was not turned away. Instead, his hand was still extended. I'm sure his hand was the only thing that was still extended.
Ooh.
And the people did not return to the one who struck them, and they did not seek the Lord of hosts. And so the Lord will disperse away from Glasgow the head and the tail, he who bows down and he who refrains in one day. The long-lived and honorable, he is the dead. He is the head. And the prophet who teaches lies, he is the tail. And those who deceitfully praise this people, and those who are praised, will be thrown down violently. For this reason, the Lord will not rejoice over their youths, and he will not take pity on their orphans and widows. For each one is a hypocrite, and each one is wicked, and every mouth has spoken foolishness. After this, his fury was not turned away. Instead, his hand was still extended. For impiety has been kindled like a fire. It will devour briar and thorn, and it will burn in the dense forest, and it will be interwoven with the ascending smoke. The earth has been shaken by the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and the people will become like fuel for the fire.
Wrath with one F.
Nah. A man will not spare his own brother, and he will turn toward the right, and he will be hungry, and he will eat toward the left, and he will not be satisfied. Each one will
towards the left.
Each one will eat the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh Ephraim, and Ephraim Manasseh. And together they will be against Judah. After all this, his fury was not turned away. Instead, his hand was still extended. Ah, yes. Remember Manasseh Ephraim and Ephraim Manasseh?
Oh. Yeah, honestly. Same.
Why is there so much broken formatting in this?
Just blame Toast. Just fucking look at him. He's just sitting there looking all fucking guilty.
I have literally never done anything wrong.
That's what Hitler said.
It reminds me of that one guy on Twitter that was responsible for the Minions social media account, and somebody asked him, "Who did the Minions serve the Third Reich in during World War II?" And the guy responded, "No, silly. The Minions only serve the most evil person." Good times.
What the fuck are you even? What? Teras, I have a job for you. Go to page 414.
Page 414.
Were you sleeping during class again?
No, I think the formatting broke when I started shifting things around to paste the last picture. It didn't quite recover.
Yeah, because when I'm trying to remove the line break here, it just the everything is just not okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
It's
intentional.
just broken. I'm
gonna come to your house and install Adobe on your computer.
Good luck with that. I run Linux, remember?
That's fine. I never said it will work, but I can still install it.
Okay. Valid. Holy shit. There we go. Isaiah 10. Woe to those who make unfair laws and who, when writing, write unjust dogges, in order to oppress the poor in judgment and to do violence to the case of the humble of my people, in order that widows may be their prey and that they might plunder the orphan. What will you do on the day of visitation and calamity which is approaching from afar? To whom will you flee for assistance? And where will you leave behind your own glory, so that you may not be bowed down under the chains and fall with the slain? Concerning all this, his fury was not turned away. Instead, his hand was still extended. Woe to Asher! He is the rod and the staff of my fury, and my indignation is in their hands. I will send him to a deceitful nation, and I will order him against the people of my fury, so that he may take away the plunder and tear apart the prey, and place it to be trampled like the mud of the streets. But he will not consider it to be so, and his heart will not suppose it to be this way. Instead, his heart will be set to crush and exterminate more than a few nations. For he will say, that's a fucking bang up psalm right there, for he will say. Valid. Are not my princes like many kings? Is not Kelno like Karkshabish? And Hamath like Arpad? Is not Samaria like
you're just making noises at this point. It's not even reading.
Is not
You're
Samaria like Damascus?
You're just sitting there choking on a fucking fistful of carrots.
Bible in a nutshell. In the same manner as my hand reached the kingdoms of the idol, so also will it reach their false images, those of Jerusalem and of Samaria. Should I not do to Jerusalem and her false images just Agog as I have done to Samaria and her idols? And this shall be.
Egg.
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 Holy
Egg.
shit, where did you get that?
Eat.
I just took it out of my inventory.
Eat.
Damn.
Oh, it bounced.
And this shall be when the Lord will have completed each of his works on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem. I will act against the fruit of the exalted heart of King Asher, and against the glory of the haughtiness of his eyes. For he has
I
said,
found it.
Egg has returned. For he has said, I have acted with the strength of my own hand, and I have understood my own wisdom. And I have removed the limits of the people, and I have plundered their leaders, and like one with power, I have pulled down those residing on high. And my hand has reached to the strength of the people as to a nest of horrors. And just Agog as the eggs which have been left behind are gathered, so have I gathered the entire earth. I did not edit that.
Egg.
And there was no one who moved a wing or opened a mouth or uttered a snarl.
Sky, just have one question.
Is the question egg? Because the answer is egg.
Is this your card?
Next.
Next.
Yeah. My card was actually the 4.5 of hearts.
God damn it.
Please give me food. I'm gonna die soon. I only have 4.5 hearts.
He wants a foot.
Should the axe glorify itself over him who wields it? Or can the saw exalt itself over him who pulls it? How can a rod lift itself up against him who wields it? Or a staff exalt itself, though it is only wood? Because of this, the sovereign Lord, the Lord of hosts, will send leanness among us, his fat ones. And under the influence of his glory, a burning ardor will rage like a consuming fire. And the light of Glasgow will be like a fire, and the Holy One of Glasgow will be like a flame. And his thorns and briars will be set ablaze and devoured in one day. And the glory of his forest and of his beautiful hill will be consumed, from the soul even to the flesh, and he will flee away in terror. And what remains of the trees of his forest will be so few and so easily numbered that even a child could write them down. Ah yes, because children can read, can write back then. Yep. Actually, same goes for reading. And this shall be in that day. Those not added to the remnant of Glasgow, and those who escape the house, and those who escape of the house of Jacob, will not lean upon him who strikes them. Instead, they will lean upon the Lord, the Holy One of Glasgow, in truth. The remnant of Jacob, again I say the remnant, will be converted to the mighty Skytis. What the fuck is this? Teras.
What?
This just looks like very out of place in the Bible. The remnant of Jacob, again, I say the remnant, will be converted to the mighty Skytus.
That is definitely rather peculiar.
Okay.
Somebody asked him, like, what are you talking about? So he wrote it in there.
Yeah, that just seems very odd. But I guess Isaiah is just a very different guy. For though your people, O Glasgow, will be like the sand of the sea, yet only a remnant of them will be converted. The consummation, having been shortened, will be inundated with justagogus. For the Lord, the Skytus of hosts, will accomplish an abbreviation and a consummation in the midst of all the earth. For this reason, the Lord, the Skytus of hosts, says this: My people who inhabit Zion, do not be afraid of Azar. He will strike you down. He will strike you with his rod, and he will lift up his staff over you on the way of Egypt. But after a little while and brief time, my indignation will be consumed, and my fury will turn to their wickedness. And the Lord of hosts will raise up a scourge over him, like the scourge of Midian at the rock of Oreb. And he will raise up his rod over the sea, and he will lift it up against the way of Egypt. And this shall be in that day. His burden will be taken away from your shoulder, and his yoke will be taken away from your neck. And the yoke will decay at the appearance of the oil. You will approach Ayath. A-I-F? Ayath?
AF.
Ayath. A-I-F. The fuck is that name?
AIF.
Sure. Not very ethical, but he will approach AIF. He will cross into Migron. It just
What even are these names these days? What is it even referring to?
I don't know, but I'm getting
what are these places?
The
getting a
name is
Who are these people?
literally mishmash.
What is going on?
I'm getting a Migron reading this. I'm gonna have to take an aspirin.
Actually, fuck off. Oh,
He will entrust his vessels to
I
Migmash.
do not get paid enough to fucking be here for this long.
They have passed through in haste. Giba is our seed. Rama was stupefied. Gibeah of Sol fled. Teras, you're not ready. I need your attention. I have a request, Teras, okay?
I don't wanna.
I have one request. Neigh with your voice.
What?
Can you please neigh with your voice?
No. I don't intend to.
Please do.
It's not really my type of thing.
But the Bible says to neigh with your voice. Neigh with your voice, daughter of Galem. Pay attention, Lisha, impoverished woman of Anathoth. Yeah, we're literally just making up people on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, literally.
Oh, oops, that was too much. This is not. Mad Manna has moved away. Be strengthened, you inhabitants of Gebim. It is still daylight, so stand at Nob. Yes, Teras, can you stand at my Nob during daylight?
If that will cost you extra.
He will shake his hand against the mountain of the daughter of Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. Behold, the sovereign Lord of hosts will crush the little bottle of wine, Echo mentioned, with terror, and the exalted in stature will be cut down, and the lofty will be brought low, and the dense forest will be overturned with iron, and Lebanon with its exalted ones will fall. There it
Iron
is.
E.
I was gonna ask, can we?
Can we what?
Don't play dumb. You know exactly what I'm asking. We have irony at home.
No irony at home.
Oh yeah, this was the one that. Can I fix this? Yay. Proving things. Sorta, kinda. Is this a toast chapter or is this not a toast chapter?
That looks very toasty.
Just like your mum.
11-1. Damn, he got me.
Fucking erect. Erect and erect.
More alcohol.
Well, you sure wouldn't want to go with less.
I'll try my best. It's a good Western Gold 5 years Kentucky bourbon whiskey. I'm pretty sure I only bought this one because it came as a glass. And a rod will go forth from the root of Jesse straight into your mom, and a flower will ascend from his root. And the spirit of the Lord will rest upon him, and the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and fortitude, the spirit of knowledge and piety. And he will be filled with the spirit of the fear of the Lord. He will not judge according to the sight of his eyes, nor reprove according to the hearing of the ears. Instead, he will judge the poor with justice, and he will reprove the meek of the earth with fairness. And he will strive the earth with the rod of his mouth, and he will
Honestly,
slay.
same.
I wish somebody would strive the earth with
Strike, not
my
strive.
rod in their mouth. Oh, it's strike, okay. And he will slay the empires with the spirit of his lips. And Justagokis will be the belt around his waist. And faith will be the warrior's belt at his side. The wolf will dwell with the lamb, and the leopard will lie down with the kid. The calf and the lion and the sheep will abide together, and the little boy will drive them.
What? Yes, they had
Uh,
cars back then. Sure.
I took the Toyota. The calf and the bear will feed together, their young ones will rest together, and what are they feeding on? Ah, well.
These nuts.
Way wasn't ready.
The young ones will rest together, and the lion will eat straw like the cocks. By the way, massive restraint for still having the word cocks just standing there like that. And a Brestonian feeding infant will play above the lair of the asp. And a child who has been weaned will thrust his hand into a den of a king snake. They will not harm and they will not kill on all my holy mountain. For the earth has been filled with the knowledge of the Lord, like the waters covering the sea. In that day the root of Jesse, who stands as a sign among us, the people, the same the Gentiles shall besiege, and his sepulchre will be glorious. 11:11. And this shall be in that day, the Lord will send forth his hand a second time to take possession of the remnant of his people, who will be left behind, from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Ethiopia and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he will lift up a sign to the nations, and he will gather together the fugitives of Glasgow, and he will collect the dispersed of Judah from the 4 regions of the earth. And the envy of Ephraim will be taken away, and the enemies of Judah will perish. Ephraim will not be a rival to Judah, and Judah will fight against Ephraim. And they will fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines through the sea. Together they will plunder the sons of the Estonian.
Same.
EA, it's in the Bible, and mother of all bombs will be under the rule of their land, and the sons of Ammon will be obedient. And the Lord will desolate the town of Egypt, and he will lift up his hand over the river with the strength of his spirit, and he will strike it. It is the 7 streams, so that they may cross through it in their shoes. And there will be a way for the remnant of my people, who will be left behind by the Assyrians, Justagog as there was for Glasgow in the day that he ascended from the land of Egypt.
You got that very wrong.
I mean, it was funny.
Dumb EA. Dummy.
No. I dumb EA. It's in the Bible. That's how you're supposed to pronounce that.
I-D-E-A. It's the by. Oh, holy shit.
I was gonna ask you if you're this
It's the Bible.
fucking deluded.
Is Moab actually a name, or did you exchange that one
Yes.
as well? Okay.
I mean, it
I
is
almost
also
got a
the mother
stroke
of
there,
all
by the way,
bombs,
thanks.
but mother of all Bibles.
Holy shit, it's the mother of all Bibles.
There was a place called Idumea, but I prefer to go with Idumea because it's just funnier. Also, that counts as a replace being unintentionally funny, so I'll take it. Feel free to go ahead and continue.
Wait, how long is the next one?
Yes.
Oh, it's okay,
Yes.
fair enough. And you will say in that day, I will confess to you, O Lord, because you have been angry with me, but your
my
fury has been turned
fucking
away,
God.
and you have consoled me. Behold, Skytus is my savior, I will act faithfully, and I will not be afraid. For the Lord is my strength and my praise, and he has become my salvation.
He beholded,
will
and then you
draw-
didn't behold, and now I'm unholding.
Behold, I am holding back. You will draw water with the gladness from the fountains of the Savior, and you will say in that day, confess the Lord and invoke his name. Make his plans known among us, the people. Remember that his name is exalted. Oh, he's angry. Remember that his name is exalted. Think to the Lord, for he has acted magnificently. Announce it to the whole world. Exalt and give praise, O habitation of Zion, for the mediocre one, the Holy One of Glasgow, is in your midst. Can't believe he already confessed to God.
Who? To whom?
I will confess to you, O Lord.
Thought I heard the G word. Are you okay, Teras?
I'm really not. I'm creating a fucking masterpiece.
I was gonna say, I'm sure we will see very soon.
No.
Isaiah 13. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw. Over the foggy mountain, lift up a sign, raise the voice, lift up the hand, and let the rulers enter through the gates. In my wrath I commanded my sanctified ones, and I called my strong ones, those who exult in my glory. On the mountains there is a voice of a multitude, as if of a numerous people, a voice with the sound of kings, of nations gathered together. For the Lord of hosts has given orders to the soldiers of war, to those who are arriving from a far-off land, from the heights of the heavens. It is the Lord and the instruments of his fury, so that he may bring ruin to all the earth. Wail aloud, for the day of the Lord draws near. It will arrive like a devastation from the Lord. Because of it, every hand will fail, and every heart of man will waste away and be crushed. Writhing and pain will seize them. They will be in pain, like a woman in labor. Each one will appear stupefied to his neighbor. Their countenances will be like faces which have been burned up. Oh. Behold. The day of the Lord approaches, a cruel day full of indignation and wrath and fury, which will place the earth in solitude and crush the sinners from it. For the stars of the heavens, in their splendor, will not display their light. The sun will be obscured at its rising, and the moon will not shine in her brightness. And I will act against the evils of the world, and against the empires for their iniquity. And I will cause the pride of the unfaithful to cease, and I will bring down the arrogance of the strong. A man will be more precious than gold, and mankind will become pure like pure refined gold. For this purpose I will stir up heaven, and the earth will be moved from its place, because of the indignation of the Lord of hosts, because of the day of his furious wrath. And they will make a doe fleeing away. What the fuck am I saying? And they will be like a doe fleeing away, or like sheep. And there will be no one who may gather them together. Each one will turn to his own people, and everyone will flee to his own land. All who are found will be killed, and all who are caught unaware will fall by the sword. Their infants will be thrown down violently before their eyes. Their houses will be will be plundered. Holy fuck. And their wives will be violated. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Oh no, not the Mediphiles. They will not seek silver, nor desire gold. And I will behold.
He's finally beholding.
Dun dun dun.
Instead, with their arrows, they will put the little children to death with one F. And they will take no pity on Brestonian feeding women. And their eye will not spare children. And then Babylon, the glorious one among sus kingdoms, that famous pride of the Chaldeans, will be destroyed, even as the Lord destroyed Sodomy and Gomorrah. It will not be inhabited even unto the end, and it will not be re-established even from generation to generation. The Arab will not pitch his tents there, nor will the shepherds take rest there. Instead,
The Arab.
No, do not rap in A. Instead,
Arab.
Aram. Instead, the wild Bistonians will rest there, and their houses will be filled with serpents, and ostriches will live there, and the hairy ones will leap about there.
Nice.
Who the fuck are the hairy ones?
The ones that aren't smooth.
True. And the tawny owls will answer one another there in its buildings, and the sirens in its shrines of pleasure.
Pleasure, but I hardly know her.
Under pleasure. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, fine, then I'll just continue if we have no takers for my comedy.
Your comedy sucks.
Yeah, unlike you, which I'm sure I can change for the right price.
They pay me money.
Isaiah 14. Her time is drawing near, and her days will not be prolonged. For the Lord will take pity on Jacob, and he will still choose from Glasgow, and he will cause them to rest upon their own soil. And the new arrival will be joined to them, and he will adhere to the house of Jacob. And the people will take them and lead them to their place, and the house of Glasgow will possess them in the land of the Lord as men and women servants. And they will take captive those who had taken them captive, and they will subjugate their oppressors. And this shall be in that day, when Skytus will have given you rest from your labor, and from your oppression, and from the difficult servitude under which you served before. You will accept this parable against the king of Babylon, and you will say, how is it that the oppressor has ceased along with his tribute? The Lord has crushed the staff of the empires, the scepter of the despots, which struck the people in wrath with an incurable wound, which subjugated the nations in fury, which persecuted with cruelty. All the earth has become quiet and still. It has been gladdened and has rejoiced. The evergreens too have rejoiced over you, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since you have slept, no one has ascended who would cut us down. Hell below was stirred up to meet you at your advent. It has awakened the giants for you. All the leaders of the earth have risen from their thrones, all the leaders among the nations. Everyone will respond and will say to you, now you are wounded. Just as you were, you have become like us. Your arrogance has been dragged down to hell. Your body has fallen dead. The moths will be strewn beneath you, and the worms will be your covering. Check something real quick. Okay. How is it that you have fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, who used to rise like the sun? How is it that you have fallen to the earth, you who wounded the peoples? And you say in your heart, I will climb to heaven. I will exalt the throne above the stars of Skytus. I will be enthroned upon the mount of the covenant on the northern parts. I will ascend to the tops of the clouds. I will be the most high. Yet truly, you shall be dragged down to hell, into the depth of the pit. Those who see you will lean toward you and will gaze upon you, saying, could this be the man who disturbed the earth, who shook kingdoms, who made the world into a desert and destroyed its cities, who would not even open a prison for his prisoners?
Yeah, honestly, same.
All the kings of the nations throughout the whole world have slept in glory, each man in his own house. But you have been rejected from your grave, like a useless polluted plant, and you have been bound up with those who were slain by the sword, and who have descended to the bottom of the pit, like a rotting carcass. You will not be associated with them, even in their grave. For you have destroyed your own land. You have slain your own people. The offspring of the wicked ones will not be called upon for eternity. Prepare his sons for the slaughter, according to the iniquity of their daddies. They will not rise up, nor inherit the earth, nor fill the face of the world with cities. But I will rise up against them, says the Lord of hosts. And I will perish the name of Babylon and its remnants, both the plant and its progeny, says the Lord. And I will appoint it as a possession for the hedgehog with swamps of water. And I will sweep it out and wear it away with a brush, says the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, Surely just Agog as I have considered it, so shall it be. And in the same manner as I have drawn it through my mind, so shall it occur. So shall I crush the Assyrian in my land, and I will trample him upon my mountains, and his yoke will be taken away from them, and his burden will be removed from their shoulder. This is the plan that I have decided concerning the entire earth, and this is the hand which is extended over all the nations. For the Lord of hosts has decreed it, and who is able to weaken it? And his hand is extended, so who can avert it? In the year in which King Ahaz died, this burden was given. You should not rejoice, all you of Philistia, that the rod of him who struck you has been crushed. For from the root of the serpent will go forth a king snake, and his offspring will engulf that which flies. And the firstborn of the poor will be pastured, and the poor will rest in faithfulness. And I will cause your root to pass away by famine, and I will put to death with one F your remnant. Wail, O gate, cry out, O city, all of Philistia has been prostrated. For a smoke will arrive from the north, and there is no one who will escape his army. And what will be the response to this news among us, the nations? It will be that the Lord has established Zion, and that the poor of his people will hope in him.
Okay, I'll take that one. The burden of the mother of all Bibles, because Ar of Moab has been destroyed by night, it is utterly silent. Because the wall of Moab has been destroyed by night, Am I having a stroke?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you the same thing. First of all, before anything else, you got the name wrong. He's not called Ar, he's called Ar of Moab.
Ar. The burden of Moab, because Ar of Moab has been destroyed by night, it is utterly silent. Because the wall of Moab has been destroyed by night, it is utterly silent.
Okay, I think I get it.
The house has ended with Dibon into his side. Sorry.
I think what they're saying is Ar of Moab, whoever the fuck, let's assume it's a person. Or maybe a tribe or whatever. They, he, she, whatever has been destroyed at night. So nobody heard about it, so nobody's speaking about it. So the news about it are silent and are not spreading.
Oh.
And the wall of Moab, so the wall of a city, I presume then, has been destroyed at night. Nobody noticed. Nobody's talking about it.
That's possible.
Because otherwise, yeah, what the fuck?
It is a terrible way of writing it. Anyway, the house has ascended with Dibon to the heights in mourning over Nebo and over Medeba, so it was utterly silent. Moab has wailed silently. There will be baldness on
Bald mentioned!
Fuck this guy, man.
Sorry, you were
that's
saying.
that's like the prime threat, the eye catcher. We're not gonna kill you, we're gonna make you bald. There will be baldness on all of their heads, and every beard will be shaven. At their crossroads, they have been wrapped with sackcloth. On the rooftop.
That reminds me of that one anime called Bo. The entire plot is a bunch of bald people trying to make the whole premise is the bald people trying to make everyone else bald. It's pretty good.
That's a noble goal.
Where do I sign up?
You're not even bald.
I mean, he's
working on
practically
it.
already bald.
Fair enough.
He literally is bald.
You could go for the nice Vegeta haircut. Like,
I'm
just
already
make, like,
bald.
little
Look at
spike-
all of this pure boldness. Baldness. What the fuck am I saying? I mean boldness
Bob,
as well.
Bob,
Yeah.
Bald.
At their crossroads, they have been wrapped with sackcloth. On their rooftops and in their street, everyone descends, wailing and weeping. Hesbon will cry out with a lay, with nay, nay. Their, voi-
I don't fucking
Elia-
know. Up to you.
their voice has been heard as far as Jay has. No wonder it's so silent there. Okay, over this, the well-equipped men of Moab wail.
Oh,
Each soul will wail to
new
itself.
Sudoku PB.
Wait, what?
What?
Would you
What?
like to 1v1 Teras in Sudoku at some point?
What's the fight? Like, who finishes first or who wins
Yes, I
without
don't fucking
making
know.
any
Ask
mistake?
Teras.
I mean, I usually finish pretty quickly.
I've once tried to do an empty Sudoku and I fucked it up, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. My heart will go on to Moab. Its bars will cry out even to Zor, like a 3-year-old calf. Pretty sure calves aren't 3-year. Like a 3-year-old cow is no longer a calf. Sloppy writing. For they will ascend weeping
Sloppy. I like it sloppy.
by way of the ascent of Brooklyn Lilith. And along the way of Horonim they will lift up a cry of contrition. For the waters of Nimrim will be desolate, because the plants have withered, and the seedling have failed, and all the greenery has passed away. This is in accord with the magnitude of their work and their visitation. They will lead them to the torrent of the willows, for an outcry has circulated along the borders of Moab, its wailing ever even to Eglaim, and its clamor even to the well of Elam. Because the waters of Dibon has been filled with blood, I will place even more upon Dibon, those from Moab who flee the lion and the survivor of the earth. Okay, I will need
Teras.
to.
I have a
Titus.
question. I highlighted something. Feel free to check
Um,
it on the stream or for yourself on page 116.
What have you highlighted? Elam.
Can we add AO to this?
Ilimeo. Oh, cute.
I don't know how much I like that. I don't know if it's good enough.
Why
Okay.
why is this one not what's the thing called? The formatting. It's
Writing.
not
What was
all
your-
not all maximum width. I don't fucking know what
Oh,
the
true.
block style or whatever.
Anyway, as long as you figure that out,
Left
I will
line.
visit the toilet. Please don't
What
look
the
at my
hell?
ass while I walk away.
Are you happy now?
I am happy for once in my life. You know what? While
Wow.
he's gone, I'm gonna get a refill, I guess.
Well, just being left alone, I guess.
Tell people how to play Sudoku efficiently.
Oh yeah, sure, why not? I mean, it's one of those games that you just kind of need to. Well, you need to learn a lot of rules that aren't always immediately obvious. You know, you get various things like you get when, for example, like when you get two pairs of things, where in one square you figure out what can and can't go somewhere, and then you figure out that there are two cells that can only have a 2 and a 4, and there's another one that can have a 2 and a 4. So if you have like a 2 and a 4 pair, then it doesn't matter if one other cell could possibly have a 2, 4, and a 1, because if you put a 2 and a 4 in the 2 or a 4 in the cell that can have 2, 4, and a 1, then a 2 or a 4 won't be able to go in the two other cells, because if you put a 4, then the others can't be 4. If you put a 2, then the last cell can't be a cell. So you can then, from that, you can deduct that the 2 and a 4 can't go in the same cell where the 1 can go, which then means that that one has to be a 1, and then therefore it can't be a 2 and a 4. So there's a lot of these kind of weird rules where there's a not an obvious correlation between the numbers that then results in you being able to figure out what can't go somewhere. And once you figure out what can't go in certain cells, it's a lot easier to figure out what can go in there. And so it's just you have to kind of attack it from both sides. You have to, yeah, you want to start off by figuring out the easy ones as to what can go in cells. But then once you run out of the obvious ones, you then have to work the other end and then have to figure out what can't go in some of the cells to then start filling the rest of it in, especially in higher difficulty Sudokus. There's also a more one of the more complex techniques on X-wing, where you would have like you'd have like essentially an X shape where you have they're in a square, but there's other ones in the middle, and depending on where the square numbers are, you can then figure out the other ones that are just redundant, and then that lets you figure out what can't go in the cells around the ones that are matching the X shape, which then eliminates a bunch of possible results from around the X shape. So then you know that the X shape bits have to be those numbers because they can't be the other numbers, because if you filled in the one beside the X shape, then the ones within the X shape will then create a cell that can't have a number, and so that then that's you're doing it wrong, because you can't have a cell with no number, because that's the kind of a, I feel like that's a basic Sudoku thing where each cell needs to be a number. So that's generally, if you reach the state of you have a cell that doesn't have a number, it's kind of like an obvious sign that you've greatly fucked up, and so then you do go back and figure out where you went wrong. Or in my case, because I'm really bad at figuring out where I went wrong, I usually just restart, because if I just try to go back, then I can't really remember where I would have taken the risk. And so that if I just start going back, I'll often go back either not enough or too far, and then confuse myself. And then it's just so much easier if you just start over. Because I mean, how else you gonna know? I mean, you could take notes, but what idiot would take notes while playing Sudoku? I mean, you've got everything you need on the sheet there. So you generally just start over, and then you'd have to once again go through the process of filling in all the obvious ones, and then once again doing the figuring out what can't go places to figure out what can, and just don't repeat the same mistake, or you'll just be stuck with an empty cell every time. Alternatively, but what sometimes happens is, obviously it depends on the Sudoku and on the rules. If the ones that are made by people more purposefully tend to be a lot more solvable, whereas the ones that are just kind of computer generated are oftentimes kind of problematic, because they can sometimes have an area where you have to guess. There is no way, like you can't solve it without guessing, which is it's just bad Sudoku design. It's you generally don't want that, but you do get that with Sudokus that are computer generated. So when you do end up with an area where you just have to guess, that's kind of where you might want to consider remembering the point at which you're guessing, so that when you do the guess and then you continue solving it and you reach a state which is incorrect, such as having a square where no numbers can go, you would then need to go back to the place where you guessed to then guess the other way, or alternatively source your Sudokus from a reputable source that doesn't include Sudokus that require you to guess. So yeah,
I only consume grass-fed Sudokus.
you know what? Yeah. You want to source you already have organic grass-fed Sudokus. That's a very good shout.
So solving a Sudoku is pretty much like solving a Rubik's Cube. Where you're like, as soon as you don't know where you are, you just start over because you have like a system.
I mean, it's sort of in theory, yes, in a way. It's with a Rubik's Cube is it's less of a system and more of just it's more layered in the case of a Rubik's Cube, because you essentially have a certain sequence of moves to move a specific cell, a colored square to where you want it to be. So it's a lot more difficult to do something wrong, because if you move it wrong, then you can again repeat the sequence the way you're supposed to then move it to where it is supposed to be. So you generally don't end up in an unsolvable state, because it's always solvable unless you physically remove a piece and you rotate it, and then that's just you being an idiot. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
you can't really break a Rubik's Cube.
I mean, you could just remove all the squares and squeeze them in the wrong way around. I mean, that's like a classic of you just
Top
kind
tier
of
prank.
remove you remove a corner and you rotate it, just you rotate it once and you plop it back in, and then a person that knows how to do Rubik's cubes just by sequence will get really, really confused, because they will really struggle to get it in the right one. But if you're dealing with someone who actually understands what they are doing, they will take one look at the Rubik's Cube and call you an idiot, because they'll just know that something's really off. I'm in neither, because I can't solve a Rubik's Cube, despite many attempts in the past. But memorizing the very specific, it's like memorizing game cheat codes. It's like, oh, how do you
Yeah.
move this square there? Oh, it's left, up, right, left, down, fucking press X. Like, you just have to memorize which way to twist what to know how to move it, and that's just too much effort to memorize.
Yeah, at some point, what's the point? You're never gonna beat that one Chinese kid that solves the cube at like 3 years old in 20 seconds anyway, right?
I'm pretty sure the record for solving Rubik's Cube is something stupid like 2 seconds or 3 seconds.
At that point, it's like when you're trying to set a record in like a very old video game where you like have to hope for RNG manipulation that the random Rubik's Cube presented to you already has a good start, so you get an easy go, right?
Nah, that's not how Rubik's Cube works. It's the amount of moves you need to solve Rubik's Cube is it's kind of a range. So even in the upper range, it's still a set amount of time that will take you to solve it. So it's not like in-game speedrunning RNG where you can get really fucked over.
I've heard that the first step is basically always trying to get to the same starting point, and then you just do the muscle memory thing. And getting to the starting point can be different depending on what your cube is doing.
Yeah, it's sort of. I mean, the biggest point is just figuring out which side is which, because the center square obviously never moves, because that's just the main point. So as long as you know which side is where, and you kind of just know which squares need to go where, it's why you get people that do the fast solving, they kind of just look around it first, because they're just figuring out which moves to do first, depending on which side the Rubik's Cube is on.
Eventually, I'll learn it. Maybe when I'm like 40 and in rehab and have nothing to do.
Rehab
I'd
from what?
I'd still rather do Sudokus.
Fair enough. What did I miss?
Sudoku's quite good as well, because you get like puzzle Sudokus that are like, they're not regular Sudokus, they're like user-made things with extra rules added onto them. And there was one that I done some while ago that I then sent to Egg, and it had a bunch of extra rules, and it essentially starts with one singular number and a bunch of extra areas and a bunch of extra rules. And it took both me and Egg individually at separate times about 2 hours to solve it.
That sounds very frustrating.
Oh, it was magnificent. Generally, most like pre-made like Sudoku puzzles have one very, very specific intended way of solving it, and you just need to. It is very much like just solving a puzzle. You just need to use brain to accomplish number. Some of them make you do some really obscure maths. There was like one that had a bunch of pairs of twos and threes, and the sum of the twos and three like cell things couldn't be the same as another cell. So then you had to figure out what numbers to put in so that the sum didn't add up to any existing sum of a pair of two or three numbers. So that was a really confusing one.
It's probably easier to just take a solved Sudoku and then see what kind of rules would apply and then say these are the rules now than it is to try to draw a Sudoku from scratch.
Yeah. A lot of time, if you're making a special puzzle Sudoku, you would figure out what kind of rules you would implement, and then you'd create a solved version of it that follows these rules, and then twist rules and add some extra bits, that exceptions, for example, in specific cells, and then you'd work your way back by just deleting the numbers, and then once you get to a point where you have like no numbers or one number or a couple of numbers, you'd then give it to someone. I have seen like a 4-hour video of someone making one of those like puzzle ones, and the amount of brain power it takes for you to figure out how to essentially create one of those to begin with is magnificent. I didn't understand half of it, but it was very entertaining to watch. It's one of those things that you watch. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that you watch, and every like word and sentence he says, and everything he does individually makes sense, but combined just makes you feel like an absolute fucking idiot.
Like watching an Empyrean crafting video.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I know what this orb does, but I have no idea why you're doing anything.
Yeah, that, you know what?
Sure.
You know what? Yeah, that's kind of mild comparison.
Okay. 16:1. O Lord, send forth the Lambo, the ruler of the earth, from the rock of the desert to the mountain
Lambo.
of the daughter of Zion. I'd rather have one, honestly. It's probably better than a lamb. And this shall be like a bird fleeing away, and like the fledglings flying from the nest, so will the daughters of Moab be at the passage of Ammon. Form a plan.
Not an
Anon.
M,
Oh,
it's
Anon. Yeah,
Arnon.
that's Anon. No, that's Anon. He's anonymous. Wait, it's Anon. Holy shit. Okay. I can read. Nice. Form a plan, call a council. Let your shadow be as if it were night, even at midday. Conceal the fugitives and do not betray the wanderers. My fugitives will live with you. Become a hiding place, O Moab, from the face of the destroyer. For the dust is at its end. The miserable one has been consumed. He who trampled the earth has failed. And the throne will be prepared in mercy, and one shall sit upon it in truth in the skytest tent of David, judging and seeking judgment and quickly repaying what is just to Gog. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud. His pride and his arrogance and his indignation
aggressively.
is
Okay, I have wireless headphones. I'll hear everything.
Hey, what happened?
Teras is taking a piss, and I've just been EA gamesed.
Fair enough. So should we take a break?
I mean,
would be very
it's not like
upset
Teras
when
is going to
he-
be following along particularly well anyway, so it is entirely up to you.
I feel like he would be very upset when he finds out that he missed a few paragraphs of the Bible.
Okay, then, I don't know. Tell us
We have
something
heard of
interesting.
pride. Something interesting.
I wasn't prepared to just ask you some.
Holy shit. Personal questions.
No.
What's your social security number?
When you went to take a piss, I decided, okay, I'm also going to take a piss and get a refill. So I just asked Teras to tell people about Sudokus. And yeah, then that happened. So,
Luckily said, I have wireless headphones. I can hear everything.
Yeah.
Just continue. What part of just continue did you not hear?
No. I'm just imagining Skytis going to take a piss and getting a refill, coming out of his bathroom with like a full glass and standing there. Fuck, I fucked it up again. No.
Please keep your weird wet dreams out of here. Thank you.
Hey, I did as I was told.
We have heard of the pride of Oh, we had that. He is very proud. His pride and his arrogance and his indignation is more than his strength. For this reason, Moab will wail to Moab. Each one will wail.
What?
Moab is also schizophrenic.
No, I think that's just like a city or a tribe or something. So it's like people of the city will cry to each other. What it's trying to say, but I like the idea of just it crying to itself.
It's literally just a schizophrenic guy now. Speak of their wounds. Yeah, it's there. It's plural because like he's multiple people.
Maybe just because they don't know their gender. You know, they, them, currently California.
speak of them wounds to those who rejoiced upon the brick walls. For the suburbs of Hesbon are deserted, and the lards of the Gentiles have cut down the vineyard of Sibma.
What Sigma?
Sibma nuts.
Got him!
Its vines have arrived even at Chazor.
But I hardly know her.
Sir.
They have wandered in the desert, its seedlings have been abandoned. They have crossed over the sea. I will weep with the tears of Jazer over
But I hardly
this,
know her.
the vineyard of Sibma nuts.
What's Sigma?
I will inebriate you with my tears. Holy, that's a lot of blood alcohol. Hesbon and Nene. For the sound of those who trample has rushed.
The fuck?
That's correct.
Okay.
Has rushed over your vintage and over your harvest league. And so rejoicing and exultation will be taken away from Carmel, and there will be no jubilation or exultation in the vineyards. He who was accustomed to tread will not tread out the vines in the wine
I got
press.
mentioned.
Does that count as alcohol? I mean, it's wine.
Wine is an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, I was wondering about the wine press because I overread that word. Happens to the best of them. I have to refill my... Oh, that was too much. That's fine.
Also, hello, even.
I have
Yakar and Bibel.
Bible. Okay. I have taken away the sound of those who tread. Over this my heart will resonate like a harp for Moab, and my innermost being for the brick wall. And this shall be, when it is seen that Moab has struggled upon his high places, he will enter into his holy places to pray. But he will not prevail. This is the word that the Lord has spoken to Moab. The Lord has spoken to someone, right?
True. Valid point. I agree with your sentiment.
Nice.
The sediment.
Concerning that time. And now the Lord has spoken, saying, in 3 years, like the years of a hired hand, the glory of Moab concerning the entire multitude of people will be taken away, and what is left behind will be small and weak and not so numerous.
Maybe he's not called Moab. Maybe it was a typo and he's called MOBA.
Oh, MOBA! It's like League of Legends.
Ew!
Ew. I can't believe you say such horrible things
You know, the Bible being
on
written by
live television.
My
the Bible
guy,
being written
this
by a League of
is
Legends
this is a
players,
Christian stream. How dare you say the L word?
Exactly. Fucking,
So are we
blasphemer.
You
are we like
nonce.
Heroes of the Storm fans here, or great game? I've heard it's still running, and I have no idea how.
Isaiah 17, the burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus will cease to be a city, and it will be like a heap of stones in ruin.
Your mom, yeah?
The cities in ruin will be left for the flocks, and they will take rest there, and there will be no one who may terrify them. And assistance will cease from Ephraim, and the kingdom will cease from Damascus. And the remnant of Syria will be like the glory of the sons of Glasgow, says the Lord of hosts. And this shall be in that day. The glory of Jacob will be thinned, and the fatness of his flesh will be reduced. So they're just literally making his cock less thick.
Yes.
And it shall be like the gathering of the harvest which remains, and his arm will pick the ears of grain. And it shall be like a search for grain in the valley of Rephaim. And what is left behind in it will be like one cluster of grapes, or like a shaken olive tree with 2 or 3 olives at the top of a branch, or like 4 or 5 olives at the top of a tree. Says the Lord, Skytis of Glasgow.
Oddly fucking specific.
I like how we needed 3 examples, because otherwise we just wouldn't understand it. In that day, a man will bow before his maker, and his eyes will consider the Holy One of Glasgow. And he will not bow before the altars that his hands have made, and he will not consider the things that his fingers have made, the sacred groves and the shrines. In that day, his strong cities will be abandoned, like the ploughs and the grain fields which were left behind before the face of the sons of Glasgow, and you shall be deserted. For you have forgotten Skyt is your savior, and you have not remembered your strong helper. Because of this, you will plant trustworthy plants, but you will sow a foreign seed. In the day of your planting,
as opposed to untrustworthy plants that will deceive you. Very deceitful plants.
a rose is an untrustworthy plant.
Because it has thorns.
Yeah.
That goes hard.
In the day of your planting, the wild grapevine and your morning seed will flourish. What? Hello? What the fuck did I just... In the day of your planting, the wild grapevine and your morning seed will flourish.
Your morning seed will flourish. That's like your morning wood, right?
No, that's what comes out of your morning wood.
Fair enough.
The harvest has been taken away to the day of inheritance, and you will grieve heavily. Woe to the multitude of many peoples, like the multitude of the roaring sea. Woe to the tumult of crowds, like the noise of many waters. The peoples will make a noise, like the noise of waters overflowing, but he will rebuke him, and so he will flee far away. And he will be quickly taken away, like the dust of the mountains before the face of the wind, and like a whirlwind before a tempest. In the time of the evening, behold, there will be a disturbance.
No.
When it is early morning, he will not remain. This is the portion of those who have devastated us, and this is the lot of those who have plundered us.
Thunder? I hardly know her.
Yar. Holy shit.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Are you cheating again?
Is cheating looking ahead?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wait, the rules have just been changed. You're now a cheater. Disqualified.
Do not cheat.
Repent for your sins.
Okay, I'll repent by reading the next Bible phrase.
You better.
Woe to the land, that winged symbol which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, which sends ambassadors by sea and in vessels of papyrus above the waters. Vessels of papyrus, is that just like papyrus? That's like the paper, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
the
like
OG
paper
Egypt
boats?
paper. Paper made from... Well,
So they're just like,
yeah,
they're riding paper ships there. That's
Yeah.
based, honestly.
that's debased.
Go forth, O swift angels, fair, to a nation which has been convulsed and torn apart.
Sorry, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but that's not what this says.
Go forth,
Yes?
O swift angels,
No.
angels.
Ah!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Go forth, O swift angels, to a nation which has been convulsed and torn apart, to a terrible people, after whom there is no other, to a nation apprehensive and downtrodden, whose land the rivers have spoiled. All inhabitants of the world you who dwell upon the earth, when the sign will have been elevated on the mountains, you will see and you will hear the blast of the trumpet. For the Lord says this to me:
Cheers.
I will be quiet, and I will consider in my place as the light at midday is clear, and as a cloud of dew in the day of the harvest. For before the harvest all was flourishing, and it will spring forth with an untimely completion, and its little branches will be pruned with a curved blade. And what is left over will be cut away and shaken off. And together they will be abandoned to the birds of the mountains. And to the wild beastonians of the earth. And the birds will be continuously on them in the summer, and all the wild beastonians of the earth will winter over them. In that time a gift will be carried to the Lord of hosts, from a people divided and torn apart, from a terrible people, after whom there has been no other, from an apprehensive nation, apprehensive and downtrodden, whose land the rivers have ruined, and it will be carried to the place of the name of the Lord of hosts, to Mount Zion. Like in the middle, not to get all political, but that kind of sounded like a speech. Like something Trump would say.
Yeah, that used to happen a lot more in the Bible.
From a people divided and torn apart. From a terrible people, the worst people. After who? Yeah, kind of. Close enough.
Yeah,
Maybe he's the
Bible
Messiah.
has some interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I don't need to do formatting. Isaiah 19, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord will ascend upon a lofty cloud, and he will enter into Egypt, and the false images of Egypt will be moved before his face, and the heart of Egypt will waste away in its midst. I'm sure Teras has been keeping track of the 3 times he missed the drink.
Yeah, I'll just take a big swig.
Valid. And I will cause Egyptian to rush against Egyptian, and they will fight. A man against his brother, and a man against his friend. City against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt will be ruptured to its very core, and I will cast down their plan violently, and they will seek answers from their false images, and their diviners, and those led by demons and their seers. And I will deliver Egypt into the hand of cruel masters, and a strong king will dominate them, says the Lord, the Skytus of hosts. And the waters of the sea will dry up, and the rivers will be desolate and dry, and the rivers will fail. The streams of its banks will diminish and dry up, the reed and the bulrush will wither away. The channel of the river will be stripped down to its source, and everything irrigated by it will dry up and wither and be no more. And the fishermen will grieve, and all who cast a hook into the river will mourn, and those who cast a net upon the surface of its waters will languish. Those who work with linen, combining and weaving fine textiles, will be confounded. And its irrigated places will begin to fail, with all those who make pools to take fish. The leaders of tennis are foolish. Who the fuck is tennis, or what or where is tennis?
Tennessee.
I think that's a character from Borderlands 2.
Actually, first Borderlands already, you fucking noob.
Really?
Yeah. Quite a
Never played that
relevant character in the first one. Was,
Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Maya was in Borderlands 2.
Imagine being in Borderlands 3.
Good game.
The wise counselors of Pharaoh have given foolish counsel. How can you say to Pharaoh, I am the son of wise seamen, the son of the kings of antiquity? Where are your wise seamen now? Let them announce it to you, and let them reveal what the Lord of hosts intends for Egypt. The leaders of Tanis have become foolish. The leaders of Memphis have decayed. They have deceived Egypt, the corner of its people. The Lord has mixed a spirit of giddiness into its midst, and they have caused Egypt to err in all its works, like a drunken man who staggers and vomits.
Same, honestly.
And there will be no work for Egypt that would produce a head or a tail, one who bows down or one who refrains from bowing down. In that day, Egypt will be like women, and they will be stupefied and fearful before the presence of the shaking hand of the Lord of hosts, the hand which he will move over them. And the land of Judah will be a dread to Egypt. Everyone who thinks about it will be terrified before the present. Everyone who thinks about it will be terrified before the presence years over Egypt and over Ethiopia. Is years or years or something a verb? Because otherwise it has to be present years. Does not seem grammatically correct.
Does anything in the Bible?
Occasionally. So also will the king of the Assyrians force the captivity of Egypt and the transmigration of Ethiopia, young and old, naked and barefoot, with their buttocks covered for the shame of Egypt. Haha, you laughed, you have to drink, noob, loser.
Oh no.
And they will be afraid and confounded over Ethiopia, their hope, and Egypt, their glory. And in that day, the inhabitants of a certain island will say, Behold!
It's Epstein's Island.
This was our hope. We fled to them for help, and all we got was these young women, underage, but we didn't ask questions.
Definitely Epstein's Island.
This was our hope. We fled to them for help, to free us from the face of the king of the Assyrians. And now, how will we be able to escape?
Nice one.
You're so welcome.
These hands are just giving me
No,
flashbacks.
where did you get the hands from? Why are there even hands?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
I guess you'll have to give him a hand with it.
I have a different idea, but unfortunately I didn't have the software to do it. I would also like you to see what I got the actual texture for the whole Pikachu.
Before that, I will point out that this is giving me very strong. Remember that neon white thing you did for me with the feet?
Yes.
Yeah. Or you could add some feet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show you some images here. So this is it before, and this is it after I've take the clipping mask off.
Nice. Why am I upside side?
I needed your forehead to be taller.
Why is this? This is the before. This is the after. Holy fuck. Resolution is too strong. Drum roll!
File is too powerful. You're so welcome.
Good one.
Well, the question is, which profile picture are you going to be using from now on?
Well, this one doesn't have feet, which is like the only negative.
Valid. I mean, Teras, do you still have my feet?
Reminds me of the one guy that like took parts of his own body and turned him into Pikachu.
Just assemble the fucking Exodia.
I imagine this is what people see when they later tell people they're the vision of God.
I am the Ladioscitus.
Biblically accurate toast.
Biblically accurate shitpost.
Oh. Oh yeah, honestly.
Good times.
Honestly, all you need to do now is make this thing spin.
Oh
Like
shit.
a fucking helicopter.
I just add some feet so it looks like Kirby.
You could add some more eyes, maybe.
I would do some absolute monstrosity if I had a Photoshop, but unfortunately I don't have access to Photoshop.
Photoshop is kind of terrible anyway. Like, I'm a software engineer, and Photoshop is like the one software I just gave up on because it's just so unintuitive. Terrible, I hate it.
I mean, I don't mind Adobe software in general. I use it at work a lot, but unfortunately at home I don't have access to the whole Adobe suite.
Can we have Adobe software at home?
Hell yeah.
Adobe software at home? GIMP.